I want to ask you, have you been able to change Mr. Rahul Gandhi's mind, who has been saying the Prime Minister is compromised, Narendra surrender, and who has said that his foreign policy is his personal policy, not the policy of the country? Have you been able to change his mind?
I think I cannot change leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi's mind because he is running with an agenda and he is guided by his set of people who are non-governmental organizations who are influencing his conduct. So those people who are guiding him do not understand the etiquettes of the parliament and the constitution. So since they have a priority in their mind to ensure that Mr. Rahul Gandhi carries out his conduct in certain manner, which will create disruptions, which will create chaos, which will maybe get around like-minded people, the section of people in the society. So whatever the country has achieved, he is targeting that. Whatever is a strong point of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he is exactly telling opposite of that. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the most decisive leader India has ever seen. And he is trying to demolish that by saying Prime Minister is weak or compromise, all this very light word like surrender and all. Then Prime Minister has reached out to the people who are at the lowest strata of the society. Then he is saying that Prime Minister is not caring the poor people. Then Prime Minister has done maximum for the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, OBCs, and he is saying that he is standing for this section of the society. Then Prime Minister is occupying a stature which no other Indian leader in the past have occupied, with a global voice, one of the senior most elected leader in the world today, who is highly respected across the globe. And that is where Rahul Gandhi is saying exactly the opposite to that. So slowly he's losing his own credibility. When you speak things which are not true, you can only get applause from your echo chamber, but people won't accept it. So in our country, I feel that there is a good numbers of opposition parties with the support from large numbers of people in the society. They will always applaud anybody whoever speaks against the government. So it is not that Rahul Gandhi is getting support from some section of the society. Anybody who would speak against the government will always get the support of the section of society. That is what democracy is all about. So I feel that instead of Rahul Gandhi, if somebody else who is more effective in performing as a leader of opposition, that would have been better for the nation. Because the opposition leader is expected to be more mature. Rahul Gandhi is not mature.
You've already openly expressed your desire that Priyanka Gandhi would have been probably better as a leader of opposition. Do you want to make that decision for them? And why do you say so?
That is a comparative statement, very limited to who would replace Rahul Gandhi better amongst the family. Congress is a family party. I know very well nobody else can replace Rahul Gandhi other than his sister. So it was a comparison between brother and sister. I'm not saying anybody else. So in that limited context, I said, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra at least sits in the house and listens to the speeches, but Rahul Gandhi never listens. He doesn't sit in the house. He comes, speaks, and he runs away. Only to the limited point I made that remark. I'm not giving certificate.
One leader from the BJP even opined that there should be a dress code in parliament and T-shirts and open neck T-shirts should not be allowed, targeted at Rahul Gandhi. Do you think there should be a dress code in parliament now?
I think there's nothing wrong in wearing anything and coming to the parliament. But as I said earlier, there are etiquettes in the parliament. He has a problem in understanding the basic rules. He doesn't follow the rules and etiquettes, which also is included. When you are leader of opposition, you have to conduct in a certain manner. Maybe decent dressing is also part of it. Like I remember Somnath Chatterjee, who used to be always loose shirt and with sandal and all, he used to come to the parliament. But when he was made speaker, he dressed quite decently so that he looks good in the chair of the honorable speaker. In a similar way, if a leader of opposition who leads the opposition party in the parliament has to conduct in a certain way which carries the image of that position. I may not respect the person, but I may have to respect the chair, the position. That is how many people have felt that it would have been better if the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha conducts better, including with a better dressing sense.
You think open neck t-shirts are not good?
I have no...
You disapprove of it?
I have no personal suggestion on what a person should wear. I'm just saying it should look decent. That's all.
So I'm asking you, a t-shirt doesn't look decent?
T-shirt normally in the common parlance, it is considered to be a casual wear when you are with the family members and when you are in a closed door, you wear it. You don't wear casual t-shirt in a formal meeting.
And parliament is formal.
I'm not objecting to that, but it doesn't look nice.
And you said you don't respect the person, you respect the chair. You don't
Person
respect
has
Rahul
to
Gandhi?
command respect. The chair doesn't need to command. Chair is to be respected by the position, but the person commands the respect. If he doesn't command, I can't offer myself.
So Rahul Gandhi doesn't command respect.
Because of his conduct.
Let me go back to the meeting, all-party meeting yesterday. Headlines were made by a statement that was attributed to the External Affairs Minister who said, India is not a dalal country like Pakistan. In what context was this stated and who asked this question? Can you just give us a perspective?
Well, I really don't think correct to describe in a very detailed manner what happened inside the all-party meeting. But largely the response were replied by the foreign minister because it was a meeting specifically for West Asia crisis. So the issue of Pakistan came up repeatedly. In that context, External Affairs Minister made a statement which I will not be able to describe in detail because there was a closed-door meeting. However, what External Affairs Minister meant was that we don't offer ourselves for the to be used. India doesn't offer itself to be used by somebody else. We are not a small country. We are a respectful country. India will conduct itself respectfully, and it will not be a country who would look like whatever the word you have used. India cannot be used by any country.
So you think Pakistan is doing dalali by doing mediation?
Well, if I say beyond that, it may not sound nice because I had summarized the meeting briefly at the end of the meeting. But what transpired in the meeting may not be wise for me to tell you which minister and which member said what.
So let me ask you, when the opposition makes a charge that Pakistan, a much smaller country, is taking a central position in resolving the West Asia crisis, has India been caught out by not being able to engage both sides and therefore it has become a bystander? How do you respond to that charge by the opposition?
See, I will make a very specific reference so that the query is addressed. If our ships are passing through Strait of Hormuz, some ships have already passed through and rest are likely to be very soon. If it has happened, how did it happen? If India has not maintained a good relationship with Iran, or the other Gulf countries, how did all this she pass through? That shows the position of India. India is one of the few countries who could speak to all parties. Our Prime Minister had got a call from US President. Our Prime Minister spoke to Israeli Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister spoke to Iranian President. Our Prime Minister spoke to all the head of the government of the Gulf countries repeatedly. Not one round, second round, beyond. There are very few leaders in the world who could do that. That is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So, as I said, if I say beyond all those things, it will amount to a policy statement which I don't want to make because the situation is quite critical and very dynamic. So I will not comment on the policy matter, but I can say that despite this crisis, India is able to make itself ready for any situation because of a visionary, decisive leadership we have. And if you see in past 11 and a half years, 6 years is almost in conflict. So never before any government in India had faced this kind of critical situation what we are facing. So the COVID, the Russia-Ukraine crisis, the crisis in West Asia, Israel, Gaza, and then this West Asia, Iran, Israel, US. So the situation which we are witnessing one after another is very challenging. Despite that, how a large country like India, which is so dependent for its energy resources from elsewhere, could handle the situation so well, and our economy is doing extremely well. What does it mean? So politically one may criticize, but on the ground, India is today sitting in a very comfortable situation despite challenging atmosphere. It is because of a decisive, very matured leadership which we have in India and very prudent management of the economy. So all this has made India a very stable and trusted and respected country today.